Advaita Chandra Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Nishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudodaye Pushpavanato Chitrau Sandau Tamo Nudau Granthera Arambha Kori Mangalacharana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Hoy Veghana Vinashana Anayasa Saphal Nija Vanchita Purana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Grantaraj Sri Caitanya-Caritāmṛta, Adi-lila, chapter 2, Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are almost towards the end of this chapter. Probably we'll complete it today if Krishna wants that. So we read till text number 113 yesterday in our reading session. So ultimately, the point in the last few verses was that Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. He is the primeval Lord. He is the Bhagavan. He is the Param, the source of everything. Adi Antavanta. Adi is the Adi of everything, is Ananta. So let's continue with the next verse, text number 114. के हो काहे कृष्ण शिरोदाशाई अवतारा असंभव नाहि सत्य वचन sabara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Some say that Krishna is the incarnation of the Ksirodakasayi Vishnu. None of these statements is impossible. Each is as correct as the others. Purport. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita 5.383 states, Ataiva Puranadau Kechinnara Sakhatmatam Mahindranu Jatam Kechit Shiradbhi Shayitam Sahasra Shishatam Kechit Vaikuntha Tatam Bruyuhu Krishnasya Munayas Tattad Vritti Anugaminaha. According to the intimate relationships between Sri Krishna, the primeval Lord, and his devotees, the Puranas describe him by various names. Sometimes he is called Narayana, sometimes Upendra, Vamana, the younger brother of Indra, king of heaven, and sometimes Ksirodakasayi Vishnu. Sometimes he is called the thousand-headed Sheshanaga, and sometimes the Lord of Vaikuntha. Hare Krishna. So I think we discussed this point again and again, that Krishna is unlimited, his incarnations are unlimited, his names are unlimited, his glories are unlimited, his pastimes are unlimited. So people may call Ram, Krishna, Govinda, Narayana, Venkata, Padmanabha, and Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, etc., etc. So many different names are there, but they're referring to the same personality. We discussed this example of when the master comes in the front of a dog wearing different dresses, different colors. It's the dog does not get confused. The dog does not say, "Oh, he's not my master. My master only wears white clothes. Oh, my master only wears a hat. He cannot wear sunglasses." The dog recognizes. So if we kind of fight, oh no, this is my God, this is your God, this is his God. Sun is one sun. People may call Dinkar, people may call Surya, People may call different names, Bhaskara, sun. It's not Indian sun, or Christian sun, or Muslim sun, or Russian sun, or African sun. Sun is sun. Same Krishna is Krishna. People may call different names, different pastimes, different leelas, but intelligent devotee does not get confused. So, okay, with that, let's move on to the next verse, text 115. Someone wants to read?
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dhamma Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 115. কেউ কহে পরব্রহ্মে নারায়ণ হরি সকল সম্ভবে কৃষ্ণে যাতে অবতারী. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Vijay. Some call him Hori or the Narayan or the transcendental world. Everything is possible in Krishna for his primeval Lord. Back to Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So I think we have discussed this point. Some call Hari, some call Narayana, some call Vamana, some call Kurma. So everything is possible. We should not fight. As I think Nandi Mataji shared a nice reflection the other day. We should not fight. Oh, here it is say Narayana is supreme. Oh, here it is says Krishna is supreme. Oh, here it is says Ram is supreme. Oh, here if devotees also fight on these topics, if someone is worshipping, let's say, Lord Ram's form, that's fine. We should encourage. Ultimately, it's the same form. If someone is worshipping Lord Jagannath, we should not say, oh, no, you're worshipping Jagannath. You should worship Radha Krishna. That is very neophyte mentality. If someone is worshipping Gaur Nitai, yes, we should encourage the same. If someone has attachment to, let's say, some other forms of the Lord, let's say Narsinghadev, it's fine. So unity, encouraging. Of course, that doesn't mean that we say, oh, someone is worshipping any Tom, Dick, and Harry, and we say that's same as worshipping Krishna. That is not the point here, but the Vishnu Tattvas we are talking about. Okay, yes, Moksha Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna, all devotees, Pranam. Text 16. सब स्रोत गए करी नवनाना यही सब सिद्धांत न कर एक माना. Translation and purpose by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I offer my obeisances unto the feet of all who hear and read this discourse. Kindly hear with attention the conclusion of all these statements. Purport. Prostrating himself at the feet of his leaders, the author of Sri Caitanya-Caritāmṛta entreats them in all humility to hear with rapt attention these conclusions, arrangements regarding the absolute truth. One should not fail to hear such arguments, for only by such knowledge can one perfectly know Krishna. So, as it is mentioned all in Bhagavad Gita, that in the all the in 15.15 that the meaning of or the reason behind studying all the Vedas is to know Krishna. So here Sri Krishna's Kaviraj is saying that I pay obeisance unto my readers because they all are trying to know about Sri Krishna, and one should not fail in aim. Though we cannot know Sri Krishna fully, but we must try to at least know his pastimes, and we must have love for his pastimes and for gaining the knowledge and as much details as possible. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Have you seen anywhere in the world the speaker is begging at the lotus feet of all the hearers? Anywhere? In most events, there is a paid ticket, right? Let's say some seminar or something. a motivational speaker, so-called motivational speaker, or an actor, or some famous personality is coming, they'll not beg at the feet of all the audience, oh, come here to me, with rapt attention. But Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is given a much, much higher message, much above any motivational speech, much above any other material stuff. But what is he doing? Sabha Shrota Gana. That means all the hearers. Shrota Gana. Gana means group. The groups of devotees. Sabha Vaishnava Gana. Kari Charana Vandana. I offer my pranam, my vandana at the charana or the feet of all the Shrotas. What is he requesting? Is he selling some product? Right? People request to sell some product or to, get something. He is saying, Shuno Kari Ekamana. With one pointed attention, Ekamana. Not with doing 1,000 things at once. Not with hearing here and thinking something else, or thinking about tomorrow, or thinking about office, thinking about that will give some benefit, but not. It is not ekamana. It is not the first time actually Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He said in the last chapter also. See, pretty similar verse, 1.31. Sakala Vaishnava Suno Kari Ekamana. Exact similar line. Sakala Vaishnava. All the Vaishnavas. Sakala Vaishnava Suno Kari Ekamana. Hear with one pointed attention. For our benefit, hearing is the foremost process in bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Out of the 9 limbs, hearing is the most important. Very, very important. Prabhupada emphasizes a lot on hearing and how the quality of hearing will determine our spiritual advancement as well. Parikshit Maharaj, how he perfected his life by hearing. 7 days, rapt attention. He was not thinking when Takshak will come. He was given a curse that Takshak will come in 7 days. But he was not thinking when Takshak will come and bit me and I'll die. He knew he'll die in 7 days. So we don't know when will our 7 days or 7 minutes or 7 seconds. So we should hear it with even more attention. That is with humility. Treats them in all humility. He's begging at the feet of all of you. You are the hearers, hearing with rapt attention. One should not fail to hear such arguments. In short, we should understand this science nicely. Very, very important. Because bhakti is a nice balance of tattva and rasa. Tattva means siddhanta. Some people just artificially try to imitate or try to just say, oh, I don't know, I'm not interested in this tattva. I don't know what is the Ksirodakasayi Vishnu, Garbhodakasayi Vishnu, all these Shaktis, avatars and Purushas and all. Just tell me about the pastimes of the gopis dancing with Krishna. That is not encouraged by Srila Prabhupada. We have to understand the tattva, then only we can understand the rasa in the right way. Otherwise, it will appear to be very cheap, or an ordinary boy dancing with girls. This is not Krishna, ordinary boy dancing with ordinary girls. Therefore, the tattva understanding is very, very important. Siddhanta boliye na karibe alas. So we should not be lazy in hearing Siddhanta or tattva. Oh, actually, it's the next verse. Sorry, I didn't know. Yes, Babu, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Siddhanta bariye chittana kara alasa iha hahite Krishna lage Shudrada Manasa. Translation. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion of such conclusions, considering them controversial, for such discussion strengthen the mind. Thus, one's mind become attached to Sri Krishna purport. There are many students who, in spite of reading the Bhagavad Gita, misunderstand Krishna because of imperfect knowledge and conclude him to be an ordinary historical personality. This one must not do. One should be practically careful to understand the truth about Krishna. If because of laziness one does not come to know Krishna conclusively, one will be misguided about the cult of devotion, like those who declare themselves advanced devotees and imitate the transcendental symptoms sometimes observed in liberated souls. Although the use of thoughts and argument is most suitable process for inducing an uninitiated person to become a devotee, neophytes in uh, devotional service must always alertly understand Krishna through the vision of revealed scriptures, the bona fide devotees, and the spiritual master. Unless one hears about Sri Krishna from such authorities, one cannot make advancement in the devotion to Krishna, Sri Krishna. The revealed scriptures mention 9 means of attaining a devotional service, of which the first and foremost is hearing from authority. The seed of devotion cannot sprout unless watered by the process of hearing and chanting. One should submissively receive the transcendental message from spiritually advanced sources and chant the very same message for one's own benefit as well as benefit of one's audience. When Brahma described the situation of pure devotees freed from the culture of empiric philosophy and fruitive actions, he recommended the process of hearing from persons who are on the path of devotion. Following in the footsteps of such liberated souls who are able to vibrate real transcendental sound can lead one to highest stage of devotion, and thus one can become a Mahabhagavata. From the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, Madhya 22.65, we learn Shastra Yukte Suni Puna Dhrida Shraddaya Yandra Auttama Adhikari say Taraye Samsara. A person who is expert in understanding the conclusion of revealed scripture and who fully surrenders to the cause of Lord is actually able to deliver others from clutches of material existence. Sri Rupa Goswami in his Upadeshamrita advises that to make a rapid advancement in the cult of devotional service, one should be very active and should persevere in executing the duties specified in revealed scriptures and confirmed by spiritual master. Accepting the path of liberated souls and the association of pure devotees enriches such activities. Hare Krishna.
It's a longer purport, so maybe we can take in 2 parts. Will someone else want to complete the
I can
purport?
read, Prabhu. Danda.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dandavat Pranam, everyone. Imitation devotees who wish to advertise themselves as elevated Vaishnavas and who therefore imitate the previous acharyas but do not follow them in principle are condemned to, in the words of Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.24, as stone-hearted. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has commented on their stone-hearted condition as follows. Bahirashru pulakaya satorapi yad drudayam na vikriyeta tad asma saram iti kanishta adhikarinam eva ashru pulakadi matvepi asmasara hridaya taya nindesha. Those who shed tears by practice, but whose hearts have not changed, are to be known as stone-hearted devotees of the lowest grade. Their imitation crying, induced by artificial practice, is always condemned. The desired change of heart referred to above is visible in the reluctance to do anything but congenial to the devotional way. To create such a change of heart, conclusive discussion about Sri Krishna and his potencies is absolutely necessary. False devotees may think that simply shedding tears will lead one to the transcendental plane, even if one has not had a factual change in heart. But such a practice is useless if there is no transcendental realization. False devotees lacking the conclusion of transcendental knowledge think that artificially shedding tears will deliver them. Similarly, other false devotees think that studying books of the previous acharyas is unadvisable, like studying dry empirical philosophies. But Srila Jiva Goswami, following the previous acharyas, has inculcated the conclusions of the scriptures in the sixth thesis called the Shat Sandarbha. False devotees who have very little knowledge of such conclusions fail to achieve pure devotion for want of zeal in accepting the favorable directions for devotional service given by self-realized devotees. Such false devotees are like impersonalists who also consider devotional service no better than ordinary fruitive actions. So, if I may just add, it talks about show off devotees, mithyachara, the people who are trying to shed tears, but heart has not changed. They still remain stone-hearted. One time, there were some devotees. They were chanting in front of ISKCON temple deities, and they were chanting nice kirtan, and people were just mesmerized. And Prabhupada said, "No, where did that was not kirtan. All I heard was taka taka taka. Taka means money in Bengali. All I heard was taka taka taka." So we really need to, and this applies so much to me. Really need to look in our heart and see our emotions. Like, are they real? Are we really changing? Is there heart transformation going on, or we are just here for information? Or is there real compassion, or is it just show bottle spiritualism? Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. And thank you, Babu Prabhu, for reading this nice verse. One thing is very, very clear. Pick any verse in Bhagavad Gita, any verse in Bhagavatam, any verse in Caitanya-Caritāmṛta. If there is even slightest mention about hearing, Prabhupada gives a detailed purport. Very, very important. That means hearing is very, very dear to Srila Prabhupada. As Mataji said, not just imitation hearing, not to show someone, but Prabhupada really paid attention to hearing. In the famous pastime when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as Guru Maharaj, it was in Vrindavan Dham, and some other devotees, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj's disciple went for yatra, to do pilgrimage to different holy places, etc. But Prabhupada sat down right in the front and heard from his spiritual master, because that's where all the tirthas come together, in the words of the spiritual master. Tirtham kurvanti tirthan. They are the walking tirthas. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was very pleased with our Prabhupada that he has attachment to hearing, which is obvious and which is seen in all his purports whenever there is even slightest mention about hearing process, Shravanam. Take any verse, Bhagavad Gita 7.2, so many verses. Prabhupada quotes again and again about hearing. So, unless one hears about Sri Krishna from such authorities, one cannot make any advancement in devotion to Sri Krishna, as it is from the purport. If one is lazy and does not come to know Krishna conclusively, one will be misguided. In short, we should not be lazy. Siddhanta bolite chitte na koribe alas. Alas nahi karna. Alas means laziness. Na karibe alas. Then this faith will be sudrida. How will the faith get strengthened? By hearing. Very simple. If we have to strengthen our faith, we have to hear more and more. In any subject we hear more about, our faith will strengthen there. If we hear more about materialistic things, our faith will strengthen there. If we hear more about Krishna from the right Guru, Sadhu Shastra, our faith will strengthen there. Shraddha, taha vistaritan hane phale prema phala, iha mali seche nitya shravan adi jala. Prabhupada is quoting that actually in the purport. The seed of devotion cannot sprout unless watered by the process of hearing, chanting, etc. Shravan adi jala. So the Bhaktilata beach needs watering. Like any creeper needs watering. It's a creeper. It needs support. It needs good watering. And the fertile soil of humility. In the right environment and the right watering process, we're all gardeners, then only the creeper will grow and flourish into the tree of devotion or prema. So one must hear and share as well. Hearing and then chanting. So very, very important. Sinal Mataji already talked about the imitation devotee, some imitation crying, imitation rolling on the ground. This is not our movement. Those who are actually at that level, they don't show off all these things. We read the bhajans of Narottam Das Thakur, Haridas Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. They are not saying they are. Our mood is viraha. When will what's that? Nayane Pulaka. When will that day come? When will my eyes will be anointed with the tears of love?
Nayane
Gauranga.
Ashwadharaya Pulaketa. Yeah, that one, right? Gadgadadira.
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that. And there's a bhajan also, another by Bhaktivinoda. Multiple, all the acharyas are repeatedly saying the same message. When will that day come, Krishna, when I'll have genuine love for you? So, this is our movement. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Someone was saying something.
Probably you are telling of the Goranga Bolite hoibe Puloko Shoriro.
Yes. What's the next line?
Goranga Bolite hoibe Puloko Shoriro. Ar
Nayane
kobe.
Babu Mira.
Yeah.
Yes. The meaning is same. When will my body tremble in ecstasy, in the eightfold? When will my eyes be anointed with your love when I chant your names? This is the mood of our great acharyas. And as Mataji said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shastakam, same thing. So, any other comments about this verse or otherwise? Any additions anyone has? Okay, so we will pause here at Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta, and we have about 4 or 5 verses left. So maybe on Monday, because weekends we'll have special classes by special devotees. So we'll read this. We'll complete this on Monday.